such as Sailors for the Sea, need to work with the industry and the caucus in programs like certified sea-friendly vessels. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you for that introduction. Can you all hear me in the back? Okay, wonderful. Thank you for having me here today. Senator, thank you very much for National Ocean Policy support, National Endowment for the Oceans. It's fabulous to be here. As she said, I'm Dan Pingaro, the CEO and Executive Director at Sailors for the Sea. Our mission is to galvanize the sailing and boating community in general around ocean conservation issues. We were founded by David Rockefeller Jr. after he came off his time on the Pew Oceans Commission and realized there was a lot that could be done in the sailing and boating community. And he identified a number of issues along with his commissioners and thought the one way he could make a difference was to start an organization focused on galvanizing the boating community around ocean issues. So with that, he formed Sailors for the Sea. And a couple of years ago, we came to Newport. We started up with our first paid professionals about 4 years ago. We now have 3 full-time staff based in Newport. We're opening an office in the San Francisco Bay Area because of the America's Cup in that area. But as you'll hear in a moment, we're doing a lot with the America's Cup. In fact, as Wendy said, we are the official sustainability partner to the America's Cup at all their events around the planet. There are 16 of them. And that means we get to take a little bit of Rhode Island everywhere we go, whether that's in Portugal or Plymouth or San Diego or wherever they may be in the future. It's really exciting, and all you have to say is we're from Newport, and everybody around the planet knows where that is. It's really exciting, and what a resource and a fabulous brand Rhode Island has here. And it's really an honor to be here in Newport and in Rhode Island in general. As a sustainability partner to the America's Cup, we're doing a lot of back-end work that isn't seen by the public, even though we're there, whether it's Portugal or soon to be here in Newport, which is going to be fabulous. We're really excited to have something in our home state. A lot of composting and recycling, but we're also working with a lot of the local NGOs everywhere we go and making a difference so that we reduce the environmental footprint of the event when it's on site and also on the water with all the spectators and the racing boats as well. We're also involved in something called the America's Cup Healthy Oceans Project, and this is a global scale bringing in large international NGOs to work on raising awareness of ocean issues. And that also filters down to the local level where we're working with organizations like Save the Bay, Clean the Bay, Surfrider to make a difference locally here, and we intend to start organizing, looking forward towards June of this year, having a number of events associated with the America's Cup to showcase the great work that is happening here locally in Rhode Island and get the brand out so people understand what a great value and resource Rhode Island is as a whole, and hopefully there'll be more visitors and industry there. We have 3 core programs that tie into what we're doing with the America's Cup. The first one is the Clean Regattas program, which is what the America's Cup is actually doing, reducing their footprint both locally on the water and then on the land. This last year we had 75,000 people participate in our Clean Regatta program nationally, which is a huge jump from when we were here just a few years ago with only about a few thousand participants. So it's gaining traction, and the America's Cup saw us as a viable, realistic organization to help them implement their sustainability plan through this program, which is being spearheaded by a number of yacht clubs and sailing centers throughout Rhode Island. So we're really excited to be on the cutting edge here and take it everywhere we go. We're also working on the Rainy Day Kids program, which is an environmental education program. We've worked with over a dozen universities and marine science centers around the country, including Scripps, New England Aquarium, and many others. These are environmental education plans that not just sailors, but any junior students could utilize to understand what's happening underneath their hull. The Boys and Girls Clubs have utilized it, schools have utilized it. It's all free, and it's by the best scientists and marine centers in the world. You can download this information on our website. But we're also doing it at the America's Cup with all the people who come through to visit. We're doing environmental education about what's happening under the water, which is really exciting. In terms of certified sea-friendly, which you heard briefly mentioned, that's really what I'm here to chat about. I know I don't have a lot of time, but I do want to touch base on this a little bit more. We're in the early stages of planning this program. It's really taking the Leeds-inspired concept and bringing it to the industry, and without all of you in this room, without national and regional and state marine manufacturers, it will not succeed. This was an idea that was first pioneered by Sea Education Association in Falmouth. They handed it off to us after incubating it, if you will. In the last few years, we've started to reach out across the country to marine professionals, both designers, manufacturers, even retailers like West Marine. Here today, I hope a whole lot of you will come up to me later on and speak to me about it, your interest. Hopefully it will be piqued, because what we'd like to do is make a difference for the marine manufacturing industry by working with all of you to help create voluntary standards that work towards reducing the environmental footprint of the marine industry and increase the viability of working waterfronts, not just here in Rhode Island, but throughout the country. We think this concept improves the relationship between boaters and the environment, and I see that happening a lot with individual companies, but I think we have a way to also build that brand and that image and get it out as a group that we are making a difference, that we can make a difference, and that we do care about the environment where we go and recreate or where we have commercial interests. I think it can also add value to individual recreational vessels. Someone we've been speaking with at J-Boats has been very interested in being able to brand this concept and say we're adding value by reducing our environmental footprint. I think that can really help out when you're selling and reselling boats. I think it's also a way for each individual manufacturer and dealer to educate the public about what's happening environmentally, how to reduce their impact. We think it has a real opportunity to create and revitalize some working waterfronts that here in this state and many others. We're right now in the initial stages of securing funding from national organizations to help us out. And doing this, we're reaching out to all of you today and for the coming months and years to help us put together this program. We won't do it alone. We'll only succeed if we all work together on this. We believe it will take 3, 4, maybe even 5 years to pull this together, but we think it's a valuable program that could add a lot to the industry. And we're looking forward to involving all of you. I think Sailors for the Sea and the Ocean will only be successful if we all work together, and that's from individuals to sailing organizations and to the industry. And those 3 pillars coming together through these different programs, and specifically Certified Sea Friendly, can make a difference to the ocean and to the industry and to working waterfronts, a healthy economy, and a clean environment. So I really appreciate your attention today.